couple miles away from where Muhammad Ali beat Sonny Liston in 1964, but these days I don't think people necessarily associate Miami with boxing. Was there something about Miami that made you want to have this fight here?
Yeah, no, this is This is no, Miami's a big boxing city. A lot of fight fans here. Miami's always popping, and this is where I had my pro debut, and we're bringing it back for the biggest fight of my career yet.
And if you beat Joshua on Friday, is that going to be a bigger upset than when Cassius Clay beat Sonny Liston?
Yeah, for sure. This is the biggest upset in sports history that's about to take place on Friday.
Great, thank you.
Hi, Jake. Sarah Shepherd from The Athletic. Do you have any fears going into Friday?
I did, but I asked Jesus to take them away from me, and he did. And I literally don't feel any fear. So shout out to Jesus and the power of God and believing in faith. And I just keep praying and praying every single day. And I know something amazing is going to happen. This is my moment. This is the start of a massive chapter for me.
You've talked a bit about beating AJ and becoming the new CEO of Matchroom, obviously tongue-in-cheek, I'm expecting. How much of what you say is real, is the real Jake Paul, and how much is designed to wind up boxing fans, wind up Matchroom?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just be thinking of crazy in my head and just say it. I don't really know at the end of the day. But yeah, realistically, I wouldn't want to be a CEO of a dying company.
Hi Jake, Cal Sajjad from BBC Sport. You've been calling out elite fighters for some time now. There was some questioning whether you actually meant that. Do you feel that you've earned some credibility amongst boxing purists now?
I'm not even sure who the boxing purists are. Like, where are they? You know, like, who are these people that we talk about, and how pure are they? They can't be that pure. They go to church every day. I don't know, brother.
Do you feel like you've earned some respect from those fans who watch?
I don't know. Because I don't know who they are or where they are. They don't exist. Like, it's like this peanut gallery that doesn't exist. Oh, Jake's not good. Jake's not good for boxing. Like, bro, where are these people? I don't see them on Twitter anymore. It's dead. It's dead.
Well, a lot of people do analyse your boxing skills. In terms of your opinion, what do you think the biggest improvement you've made as a fighter over the last 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like footwork, defense, having the experience on the fight night, staying calm, jab, combinations, body work, countering, feints, like just a lot of stuff, you know. We're constantly improving.
Jake, over here. This fight is obviously the toughest fight of your career. This is the biggest opponent you've ever faced. Does this fight bring any extra nerves, or does it feel any different than any of your other previous fights?
You know, I feel super calm, and I think the bigger the moment and the bigger the occasion, I just rise to it, and I'm just prepared for these types of moments. So currently, not a ton of nerves, to be honest.
And how has the approach in terms of strategy and preparation been for this fight? Because most of your fights, since you don't have as much of experience as your opponents, you've made up with youth and size. For this one, you know, you're fighting somebody that's prime, somebody that's bigger than you. So how has that change been?
Yeah, on paper, the cards are stacked against me. But really, in terms of boxing, I'm a better boxer than AJ, which is like hilarious to say. But he's got 2 left feet. He's stiff. If I was his coach, I'd put him in a dance class first before trying to box. And really just bringing in the right sparring partners to help me prepare so that I can get looks that are similar to him. And that's really just been the strategy. But I'm just going to go in there and display all my skills.
Jack Fig from The Sun. For so long, the goal for you was to become cruiserweight world champion. If you win this fight, inherit AJ's heavyweight rankings. Does the new goal becoming heavyweight champion?
Yeah, no, I mean, like when I win, my Instagram caption the day after was going to be heavyweight champion of the world. Like, if this fight was a couple months ago, I'd be the heavyweight champion of the world, before Dubois, whatever. But I'm just getting warmed up, so we'll see. I'll become the heavyweight champ, cruiserweight champ, whatever.
And you said at the presser that you're going to take the Tyson Fury fight away from Joshua. Is that something you really can see and believe that you'll fight Tyson next year if you beat AJ?
He'd have to get in line, like Canelo, Crawford, all of these guys can just take a ticket, and we'll see who I want to fight. I mean, he's not retired, bro. You guys have seen this millions of times in boxing. He's not retired. I mean, but he's got everyone talking about him now because of that. So smart play by Terrence.
Jake, Charlotte Daly with the Daily Mail. I watched your face-off with Anthony Joshua, and some of the clips that were going out on social media afterwards were about your reaction to him, and almost saying that people could see fear in your eyes, or the fact that he had already, quote unquote, taken your soul before getting into the ring. What were your feelings when you were sat in that chair opposite him, and what is it like kind of sharing that space with him in the build-up to such a big fight?
Honestly, like no feelings, just sitting there having a conversation. And people try to like read into body language, and these like Twitter experts have no idea what they're talking about. And I honestly see a man in him who is insecure actually, and not sure of himself fully, and kind of has a wounded heart of some sort. So I feel nothing when I'm in the room with him.
You say about him having a wounded heart. Some people think that AJ is currently slightly more fragile mentally than obviously physically. Do you think this is the best time for you to be fighting him?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at everything in my career, from business, content, all the things that I do. I'm a strategist. I've got him exactly where I want him. I've got him at the perfect moment. Everything I do is calculated, and he's gonna be exposed on Friday.
Last one. People talk a lot about what he did to Francis Ngannou, and the fact that Francis is, a unit of a man, and former UFC heavyweight world champion. When you watch that clip of what AJ did to Francis Ngannou, what does that make you feel?
I just sort of look at like how bad of a boxer Francis is, and stuck in mud, and just sitting there to get hit, and just a completely different fighter. It does nothing. Like, I've experienced it myself with fighting smaller guys. You can't load up all your power because you don't know where they're going to be to hit them. So it's all these, again, boxing geniuses on Twitter who have never stepped foot in a boxing ring.
Jake, Joshua's been saying the right sort of things, that he's not taking you lightly and things like that, but presumably we would assume he knows he's the heavy favorite. In the face-to-face you guys did this week, he said, it's a mental game. I can go in there and take your soul. If he comes in there, lands a shot on you, and you don't go away, and you actually stay in his face, what do you think that does to him mentally?
Yeah, no, what's funny is in that interview, he was actually describing what happens to him in fights. Because that's never happened to me. I've never lost my soul in a fight, but it happens to him all the time. So what's funny is he was projecting his own emotions of what happens to him onto me by saying, you're going to crumble, and your soul's going to leave your body, and you're going to be fighting. That he was just describing his own internal feelings of what happens to him in fights, which I find funny. So it's going to be mentally very difficult for him when I start to win rounds and he can't hit me. It's going to be very entertaining to watch and to see him be frustrated.
We talk about the credit that people don't seem to give you, even though I believe you deserve it. And it feels like the goalposts move after you get a victory or something like that, right? They start rearranging what happened in the fight. If you win on Friday, or you're even successful in the ring on Friday, you know what people are going to say after the fact. Do you feel like there's a weird, ironic way that for you to actually get the credit you deserve in taking this fight, you kind of have to get brutally knocked out to get that credit? Is there like a weird irony here?
The credit's in the bank account, fam. Like I don't give a about what these people are saying. They're always going to have some excuse, and I take it as the deepest compliment that they chalk up what I'm doing to being rigged, fake fights. That's how incredible and the level I'm on and the amazing things that I'm doing is that they can only chalk it up to this fake storyline, and he's paying them millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to take a dive. I take that as a compliment.
You always have done very well in sort of making the moment bigger each fight, right? Every time it's gone on. The Tyson fight was obviously a huge fight, but competitively, this one feels like the biggest moment that you could possibly have. How do you top this? Just like spectacle-wise, the way Anthony looks, if you beat him, knock him out, how do you go out and find someone bigger, badder, better for you to compete and top this?
I feel like always something pops up, man. I don't know, but we'll see. I think there's a lot of mega fights to be had.